Hello guys, I'm Savvy and welcome back to another Tiny Glade build video. In the last one we built this beautiful corner shop here. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, you can go ahead and click a link that I'll have at the end of the video. So once you guys reach there, hopefully you watch through the whole thing, you guys will be able to see how I built this here. But in this one, I was thinking of building another house that goes along with this house right over here. Now, the way that I'm thinking about this is I want to get rid of this fence entirely, because we have this property line here, but I think having it wide open would be better. So we're just going to get rid of all of that. And I'm also going to make this path a little bit wider right around here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we want this to be kind of a road here that introduces more houses along the street. And I also want to move this over here and rotate this lantern just slightly. Because where I want to put the house actually will be right over here on this side. And I do want it to face this side of the road here. So it might be a little cramped here, but you know, this is a great way to probably walk one way and then walk back the other way. So it's going to look different to this, because this is pretty much the first one, but we're going to try to make this look a little bit different. So we're going to start off with a square base, and I think most of this build is going to be using mostly squares. I'm going to bring it back a little bit so we can have some room for a porch. And I'm just going to have it sit just like this, and have these go out here. But I do want to change this to where it is using the wood, so that way we have this kind of gable roofing going on here. And this section right here is going to be lower. This part here is going to be lower than over here, because over here I'm going to add another square. Actually, you know what? I can bring this out to about there, and then I can put a square on top of this one instead. And I can lift the bottom here, if it'll let me. Oh, there. Oh, come on. Almost. There we go. I can lift the bottom here, and then bring this up, and bring this back to where it's kind of not really flush with it. I'm actually going to bring this back more, so that way this part sticks out a little bit. So that way we have something similar to this, making sure it all goes in. And I'm going to keep this the way that this roof is here. So we have something that looks like this, which I think looks pretty cool. But I do want to bring this about halfway to the house, like about that. That looks pretty good. And then this, of course, will face this direction. And I'm going to make this flush with the roof here, at least right around there. So we have something like this, which looks pretty nice. And this back here is going to be a little bit wider on both ends, just like so. So that way it kind of sits a little bit more evenly with the house. Just like so. That looks cute. I like it. Now, for this section here, this is going to be a tiny square for both sides. So I'm going to do something similar like I did with this. And it's going to be on both sides, like how it is here. So I'm going to bring this... Oop! Camera angles. Bring this down here. Bring the roof down right about there. And then pull this wall back to maybe right there. I don't want it to be too... I don't want it to be too long, because I don't want it to get in front of the walls here in the front. So maybe around there. That looks pretty good. I like that. Now for the front's just gonna be flat here. That's how I'm gonna do it. But in the back, which we're gonna get rid of some of these trees here, a tree there and a tree there. I want to add a rounded back, which will be right around here. And I think I want to actually have it both, or have it go up to the second floor. But I do want to move this in a way where it is even with the house. And I do want to make it quite wide. And this has to go in a little bit so that peak, the part where it's at the top, doesn't poke through. So we have something like this. And I can keep it more rounded if I want to, or more like this, but I think I'll keep it relatively normal, like how these roofs are. Yeah, just like that. Now for the color of this house, we're gonna probably add, let's see. I think a nice color would be, let's try green, because we haven't tried green this time. And this is a nice, like, faded green. I think that's pretty nice. But we need to make the roof color kind of match it, or at least, you know, complements it. We have this beautiful cyan roof. Actually, you know what? We're going to turn this into white, just like this house right here. And I do think we'll do a green roof. We'll do a green roof instead. I think green looks good. Yeah, that's nice. Pretty much similar to this, except I think this one's a darker tone with the tea shop. Yeah, kind of going with different roofs here, trying to get some different combinations of roofs. I mean, eventually we're going to have similar houses with their styles and everything, but try my best to make it as, you know, have as many variants as possible. That's one way to put it. Alright, so for the porch, I'm going to extend this out here, and this is going to go all the way over to here. All the way to the end. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. Right there. Beautiful. Now for where the path is going to create the stairs... Oops. I think I lifted that by accident. There we go. This is going to be in the middle. Right in the middle of the house. Where these stairs are. Make it as even as possible, if I can. There we go. Something like that. Little staircase going up. I could lift this up a little bit more. Just make it a little steeper, which I think I'll do that. Yeah. So now for the doors and the windows. So the doors, I think I'm going to go with pretty much the square doors and windows like how I did here. So we're going to have a door right in the middle. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move off to the side. I think having it off to the side is better. So we'll do that. And then we'll also have square windows. We'll change the color of these windows. Because the last build that I did with the shop was white windows with the wood. So we're going to change that. This here is going to have a bay window right there. And 2 windows on the side. Like this. With, let's do some potted... Let's do some... Yeah, a flower bed. Yeah, just like that. That's cute. Any decorations that come up with this, we're just gonna keep it. Send that back like this. I need to change the color of this one as well. And I can add a window right here, because it is pretty much the same height here, so I think that'd be nice. Although you could see that it kind of gets in the way, so it might not be a good idea to do that. So we'll just leave that blank. And then just kind of build more windows over here. So I'm going to add 2 windows. So 1 over here, then 1 over here. With shutters on them. Oops. Just like that. That's beautiful. And now for the back. With the rounded walls, it's a little tricky to figure out exactly how to set them up right. because of just the way that they kind of work with the way the wooden beams are, especially have them as wooden beams. So I actually might make this a bay window and just put it in the middle, just to make it easier for myself. Just like that. Which I think is probably the better solution overall, and then I'll do the same thing up here too. Just making sure it's even. Yeah, I think that looks good. It looks pretty darn good. And then back here, I want to add 2 windows, and we'll just add those here. Less is more sometimes. Then on this side, I want to do the same thing like I did on the other side, which is windows with shutters. This has to be lifted up a lot more because of the porch. So just like that. There we go. That's cute. That's very cute. Oh, I love that so much. That's a cute house right there. And then the final window here, which will be... I'm going to use these. These are like holes in the wall, but these could be used for like an attic window or something. I'm going to do that for the fronts. And we'll use 3 of them here. Give that fancy design to it. Yeah, that looks good. And then we can also add ourselves a chimney. Which I'll add it right there. I think a little bit up. Yeah, like that. That's so cute. It is beautiful. This one will have darker stone to that. Just like so. I love it. And I think this one doesn't have the green roof, but now it does. Beautiful. And then for the windows themselves, I don't think we changed the color of the wooden beams. We did not. So I can make a darker wood, make it black, purple, blue, green. Let's try black. Maybe black would look good. Yeah, and what about the... Yeah, we'll make that the same as the windows as well. Try to give a bit of contrast with these here. We have to go all the way, have to go around and make these all the same color. Oops. Now for the lights, I'm gonna keep the same. No, I'm gonna, oh no, those are red. I'm gonna make them yellow. Make them yellow lights. Because I think that would look good. So yellow light there. So yeah, the problem is that you can't just multi-click for each one and make them all the same thing. You have to click them individually. Which, as long as you don't add a lot of windows, which sometimes I'm guilty of adding a lot, should be fine. But I like to add a lot of windows, typically. And once we have that done with all the windows, which I think we did, yes. Always good to double check. But there we go. That's a nice house right there. And we can add kind of a back way here. We can make this into a little garden area. So I'm going to take a fence. I'm going to start it here in this corner. And bring it out a little bit. And then go back up. I'm going to have to adjust that. Right there. Yeah, let me adjust this. So it lines up better. There you go, something like that. Nice little back garden area. And I can put a door that's right here. That's on the ground. I'm going to put that right on the ground. The benches. I can't put a bench there. There we go. We have a hay bale. That's better. That works out. We can add some flowers too, if we want to. And I'm gonna add them right around here, around the house. Or around this part of the house, I think. Nice flower bed. There we go. Just like that. That's beautiful. And then just to kind of clear the way a little bit, I'm going to make a path. Oops. Don't do that. There we go. Make sort of a path here. That kind of goes to the tree that's over here. Just like that. Now, if I have a bench, do I have a bench somewhere? I do. I'm going to copy this bench, and I want to put it... Can I rotate it? Yeah, we'll rotate it right there. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. That's gorgeous. I love it. So the next thing I want to do is make a source for the lights, which is right here. We put a light there. And I'll put a lantern or a street light right here as well, for where the bench is. And then out here, we'll add a light there and a light there. That's beautiful. I just realized, like, with the balcony here, you could see across from the neighbors, which is funny. And I think these lights are pretty bright. They are. So we're going to dim them a little bit. Just going to dim them just slightly. Or I might move this over here so that the porch is a little bit lit up a little bit more efficiently. There we go. And I think that's the house, but oh, look at this. Let's see. I might move this over in this corner. Move this over here. And flip it around. There we go. So now we can go into a ground view of this. And we get to look around. And don't worry, we'll look at this at night as well. And I think this would look gorgeous at night. But look at that! Oh, it's so cute and quaint. You know, honestly, stuff that I built in Tiny Glade could be built in Minecraft, and I would love to probably do something like that in the near future. I think that would be a lot of fun. But this is so cute! I love the way that this turned out. Honestly, this could also be kind of like a mixed housing kind of thing. Like, if you ever seen my City Skylines, there's a type of building where it's mixed housing, where it's both a house, where it has like apartments, but also has commercial at the bottom floor. So like this could be a shop down here, and then like the living quarters is upstairs on the second floor. Like I kind of envision that a little bit, but I think I'll just consider this a house. Yeah. We could do something like that, because there is a space that's next to the inn that's like over here that could be considered that. And we could do some small shop that's similar to that, kind of like how we did that on the corner. So I think that'd be a good idea. But let's go ahead and see this at nighttime. So I'm gonna turn down the sun so where all the lights are on. Just like that. So peaceful. But look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh no, there's a window there I didn't do. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, just one of the rooms is red, but there we go. That's better. We can go around the back here and we can look in the backyard. I wish we can go inside. Like, I would love for interior stuff to be a thing. That'd be so cool. But yeah, we go back here. We got the path that leads to the bench that's here. It's so pretty. I love it. And then you can see the back of the house too. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the way that this has turned out. It's gorgeous. Yeah, seeing outside here, just sitting on the bench and just taking in the nature of everything. It's so pretty. I love it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this. This was another one of those quick and easy builds. I mean, Tiny Glade, I mean, there's so many endless possibilities that you can do. I mean, look at all the creations we've done so far. You know, we got the tea shop, we got the clock tower, we got the inn, we got a corner store, we have a house, we have another house that we just built today. And then we also, back here behind this, is the castle. Yeah, we have the castle that's here, which is also really pretty. Yeah, this turned out really well, I think. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. And don't forget to hit subscribe as well, because that lets me know that you guys enjoy the content on the channel and would like to see more. I'd just like to give a shout out to all of my channel members whose names I put up on the screen right now. If you are interested in using exclusive emotes during live streams or seeing exclusive content on the channel, be sure to hit that join button down below and become a Savvy Superstar today. I've been Savvy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. See you later.